We got a couple more folks we want to introduce for you. Mr. Tony Ellis back here playing the 5-string banjo. He worked at Bill Monroe in the early 60s. He's a North Carolina boy. And, of course, you all know Mr. Roland White. He worked with Mr. Bill Monroe for a couple of years, and then he worked with Lester Flatt, the Country Gazette, Nashville Bluegrass Band, and now he has his own group, the Roland White Band, so we're glad to be here. And, of course, the girl bass player, Tater Tate, couldn't make it this weekend, so Sharon Gilcrest is filling in and doing a great job on the old upright bass. You know, Bill Monroe, he would show you how to play something, but he couldn't really tell you what he wanted, nor would he even try most of the time. And speaking of bass players, we had a bass player named Mark Hembry in the early 80s, and yeah, Mark was trying to engage Bill into some conversation. He said, you know, in the early days, your bass players did a walking style bass, and nobody does that anymore. Would you like some of that? And said, Bill looked way off and said, you know, I've had some sorry bass players. Dale McCoury, come up here and tell us a story. I know you've got some, pal.
Oh, my goodness. I've got several, but I better not tell them here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No, I'll tell you. Well, you know, the way I got a job with Bill Monroe, I was working up there. I'll take up too much time here, but I'll tell them a little story. I was working in Baltimore, Maryland, in a little bar about the size of one of these speakers here. And Bill Monroe came through town because Jack Cook was an ex-guitar picker and lead singer with Bill Monroe. He played from the middle 50s to the late 50s with Bill. And so Bill, it was wintertime, and he was going to play New York University, and he needed a guitar player for that date. So he stopped by and asked Jack if he'd play, and so he come in this little club, and I said to myself, that looks like Bill Monroe. I wonder if it is. And it was. Anyway, they drugged me along with them up there to New York University, and that's how I got to know Monroe. And I was playing banjo at the time with Jack Cook, and so he offered me a job that night, but I kind of liked playing with Jack because we were about the same age, you know. And Bill was one of those old guys, you know, then. Found out he wasn't really that old because he's 10 years younger than I am now. But anyway, that's how I got a job, and I'm really appreciative too. And it's great to be up here with all these ex-bluegrass boys. I tell you, they've learned a lot.
Dale McCoury is one of the nicest men in bluegrass, and something really cool happened last week, and I don't know if he's mentioned it or not, but CMT Television voted the top 20 bands of country music ever, and the Dale McCoury Band was in that list. So congratulations, Dale.
Run, Molly, run, run, Molly, run. Tenbrooks gonna beat you to the bright shining sun. Bright shining sun, oh Lord, bright shining sun. Tenbrooks was a big bad horse, he run a shaggy mane. Run all over Memphis, he beat the Memphis train. Beat the Memphis train, oh Lord, beat the Memphis train. Lord, little Tenbrooks run. See old Tenbrooks running, running around the curve. See old Molly straining every nerve, oh Lord, straining every nerve. Women's all out there shooting all the crime. Men folks are hollering, old Tenbrooks are flying. fly.
Down in California, where Molly day she please, come back to old Kentucky, girl. People all eat, oh Lord, people all eat. The women all are laughing, the children all are crying, men all are hollering, old Tenbrooks are flying, old Tenbrooks are flying, oh Lord, old Tenbrooks is flying.
Gonna catch old Tenbrooks, hitch him in the shed. Gonna bury old Molly, coffin's ready made. Coffin's ready.